Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Hammer. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. I, of course, am here with your daily mortgage rate update, the only place on the web where you get to join me live each and every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook or on YouTube. You can find it on my personal Facebook feed as well as the Originator Success business page, and, of course, on the Originator Success YouTube channel. I may move them at some point, but that's where you can find them right now. So anyway, if you're here live, say good morning like Mr. James Mahan. Good morning, sir. Great to have you here. Hope you are doing well this morning. If you are watching on the replay, don't forget, just give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you were here. Let Facebook or YouTube know that you were here. Whether you're here live or on the replay, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. And if it's on Facebook or on YouTube, doesn't matter. Give it a thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're on Facebook, maybe tag an LO friend if you are interested in that. Remember, you can go ahead and sign up for a reminder. We send out a reminder text absolutely free. You can unsubscribe at any time, of course. It's hmmr.io/reminder, or you can use this cool QR code over here if you would like. hmmr.io/reminder. If you type it in, and you could sign up for free for a quick text alert if you prefer. Let's go ahead and say hi to our friends here today and see who we got here live. Again, if you're here live, say good morning. I am also multitasking, as you can tell. So anyway, who do we got here? We got Jack Straw. Good morning, sir. Amy Blauser, great to have you here. Candido Diaz, good morning. Glenn Boussard, great to have you. Glenn, what's the weather out there? And you're in Arizona still, right? Mike Brown, good morning. Julie Lawrence, great to have you here. Michael Love, hello. Bill Stevens, how are you, my friend? I could do that too. I can do quick. Yoo-hoo! Bill, I'm used to the emoji, dude. I don't know. Is it? I think this is AI. Is this the real Bill Stevens? Because Bill Stevens would give me one of these. Woo! See? Allison Foy, good morning. Colin Jordan, great to have you here as well. I know I missed a couple of names early on. We had, let's see, Cindy Wilson, good morning. Ron Siegel, good morning, sir. Ron Siegel said today is National Shower with a Friend Day. Well, my wife is my friend. So that was the one thing that I don't like about this house. My shower is very small, and I like to conserve water and see my wife naked. I'm just a man. What do you want me to tell you? But yeah, so Ron, oh, look at this. Julie Lawrence coming in strong. She's coming in hot, Ron. She said today is also World Nutella Day. National Chocolate Fondue Day, Give Kids a Smile Day, National Signing Day. Signing Day, is that for college football? I'm kind of out of it. Kyle Mazikas, good morning. Mallory Fotiades. Mallory, are you coming here to see what's going on from Mexico? Oh, my friend, I wish I could tell you to just put all the work down and not think about it, but I hope you're having a great time in Mexico, though. I hope your travel there so far has been good. I hope you didn't catch anything. Illinois is chilly this morning, huh, Karen? No, it's 50 degrees here in the mountains. I am back to loving life. I feel like it's spring. I know it's going to get cold again, but we've had 60-degree weather, and I actually have the heat turned off the last 24 hours. It's beautiful out here. So anyway, all right, my friends, let's go ahead and get into the good stuff here. Let me pull up a screen. You pull up a chair. I'll pull up a screen. Good morning, Mazel. Glenn, it's 84. Dude, that is hot. Today's high 76. Yeah, I don't want that in February, but all right. So down here in the corner, let me zoom in. I'll probably have to refresh the page, but yeah, I can't scroll. Let me refresh the page. Sorry, I usually have this done already. Okay, so take a look here. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday. So yesterday, pricing came out around 10 a.m. JOLTS data didn't really shake anything up. That was earlier in the morning. The JOLTS data came out, and we talked about that. It came out, showing a little bit of weakness, but we saw improvement through the rest of the day regardless. Which is good. I mean, weakness, like I said, that's good for mortgage rates, but we didn't see a huge thing. But we did see things improve through the day, and they kind of leveled off. Now, this morning, you'll see in overnight trading, there's a big jump. Now, when you're looking at how this activity plays out, you can see that as we got back into domestic trading, that kind of dropped off. We're still up 6 basis points on the day at 100.88. If we look at this on a 5-day, you could see, yes, yesterday we looked like we were moving in a much lower direction. We've seen that reversal over here in the candlesticks. I actually sent out a snippet yesterday talking about how we had broken below the 50-day moving average. And then, of course, what happens? We get a reversal and things actually improve on the day. Uh, Today, we started out above the 200-day moving average right here, which we did also right here on last Thursday. So just about a week ago, and we fell below that. So I don't think we're going to stay above the 200-day moving average. And then we also, you can see this is green line here is the 100-day moving average. That's going to converge on here around the same time. This is strictly a technical point of view. We're not talking about the fundamentals, which the jobs data brings in a little while. At 10 o'clock, we're going to get some data. We're going to get ISM non-manufacturing data. I don't think that it'll be all that big of a mover, but it could wipe out the small amount of gains that you see this morning. But again, we still picked up gains from yesterday. So you'll see rate sheets that are better than yesterday. When pricing came out yesterday, right around 10 a.m., 10:30, you're going to see that we were, right around here around 100.65. So even if we do lose 8 basis points and we go, down a couple bips, it's still like say 100.80. It's about 10, 12 basis points better. That's just a little bit better pricing. It's not really seeing rates move. Rates have been very, very stagnant for quite a while now. As we have seen and I've been talking about. So let me slide this over so you can look at my ugly mug while you're also looking at what we've got on the screen. Also, I'll see if any of y'all have anything to say. Ron said, Julie, I need your site. Mine's not showing those options. Yeah, Julie, give them the goods. Share the secret sauce. Yasmin, good morning. Domain, good to see you, sir. Monica Dinkins, great to have you. Don't worry that you're late. Dan Crowley, always appreciate you being here. You got back yesterday. You were there for 4 days. Awesome. Well, good for you. Good for you. Glad that you were there and back. I hope it was a lot of fun for you. So you can see, though, 7.05. Look at this, 0.05, 0.05, 0.05. If you look at Optimal Blue, it tells a little bit of a different story. With Wednesday a week ago, 6.88, 6.858, 6.843. You see the numbers I see. 6.845 Monday. And then yesterday it's 6.871. Today will go down a little bit. It'll go back down to that like 6.84. But I mean, look at how just little this is. We're right around 6 7/8, 7%. I mean, really just not a lot of movement. And even, at the beginning of January, things were much worse. Or I'm sorry, at the middle of January. At the beginning of January, these are the levels we were at. We kind of capped out at the middle of January, and then things got worse here. Mortgage News Daily tells a similar story, that things got in the middle of January was kind of the worst rates, and then we've kind of fallen back in. It's very unlikely. Let me make this can I make that bigger? I don't know. It's very unlikely that we see things go much lower. Arguably, you could see things like where we were at in December, but we had to see some things changing for that. So as far as expectations on what's going on with the Fed, let's take a quick look at that. We haven't looked at that in a while. The expectation of Fed rate cuts, if the Fed cuts rates or is expected to cut rates, it does help mortgage rates. It alleviates a little bit of pressure, right? So the March meeting, it's about an 85% expectation that we're going to be about the same. Only a 15% outlier that we'll see a rate cut at that meeting. What would have to change here? If we saw a surprisingly weak labor report on Friday, if we saw much lower non-farm payroll jobs created, if we saw a jump in unemployment, that would change this up a little bit. Also, next week on the 12th, we're going to get the CPI inflation data. If we were to get some kind of surprise improvement in inflation, that would also have traders leaning towards the idea that we're going to see this. However, it's important to note, and again, I got an email yesterday from some, I don't know. I don't know what people think, right? You read my shit, and he's like, you could tell people's political stance. And for those of you that don't know, let me be very clear. I am not a Trump supporter or a Trumper or a MAGA. I am a middle of the road guy that makes his own decisions. I am not a Republican. I'm not a registered Republican. I am not a registered Democrat. Okay. I see points from both sides. And I just kind of make my own way on this stuff. I make my own decision. Yesterday, I talked about how Canada and Mexico had caved and that pushed off the tariffs there. And then someone was giving me grief on that. Don't give me any grief on that. It's what happened. Now you can argue about, well, these things have been before. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. I'm not trying to say that Trump is a winner. I'm not trying to say that Trump is a loser because I don't care. What I care about is how is this affecting mortgage rates? How is this affecting our economy and the outlook, right? The one that's so the Canada and the Mexico ones are currently kind of off the table, but the one that's a big one that we have to watch is the one with China. Um, let me go to Bloomberg's main page. They don't have, I mean, this is real. All right. So that's what that was here. So, like there's, of course, this article here, Trump's idea for U.S. takeover of Gaza. Again, my opinion on this doesn't matter, right? What does matter is our markets reacting to this. That's partly why we got a little bit of overnight jump that we saw here, where we did see that there was a little bit of movement to bonds, because that's something that is a shake 'em up kind of a thing. And he announced that it was late on the day on Tuesday. So you are going to see some kind of reaction to that. But you could see that, you could call that a mini flight to safety. And then, I mean, it was really mini. And it really was just more of a reaction, right? And then you could see the kind of giveaway on that here and where it goes. But the one I'm even looking for, and it's not even right here on the main thing, but it's China. China is the what we have to worry about. So big article, I think it was actually in the Wall Street Journal, that talked about that China, that the post office is now, here you go, Postal Service halts shipments of China parcels. There's a little loophole in the tariffs with China that it was called de minimis or something very much like that. It sounded like Gladiator. And it, did I get that right, Ron? Is it de minimis? But basically anything less than $800 didn't get tariffs, and now that they're saying that they've closed that loophole. So the Trump administration this week imposed new tariffs, moved to close the loophole that allows companies to avoid paying tariffs if they ship packages valued at less than $800 directly to U.S. consumers. So that's Shein, that's Temu, some of your Amazon packages, a lot of that stuff. So we are going to see some things going on here, and we're going to see some, effect to that. There's already like Barbie, Mattel said they're probably going to look to raise prices on Barbies and Hot Wheels. They bring all that stuff in through China, and they're already talking about that. Steel companies are already talking about raising pricing because of the effect of bringing these products in from overseas. So if we see all that, that's just not likely to help us see rates improve, is the bottom line. You're likely to see Trump parade around talking about how he's going to bring rates down, but Trump doesn't have control over rates, and he can try to pressure the Fed, but the Fed is protected. They're insulated from what Trump can do to them. And Powell's already dealt with Trump before, and Powell, I don't think he wants to be Fed chair forever. So I don't think he's really going to hesitate to push back on that. So Mazel, I do agree. Hold on, I'll answer a couple of these questions. Ron said, "You got it. This will help small businesses in the U.S." That's the idea behind it, and it may. Good morning, Lisa. Great to have you here. Moselle said, "The fact you still have to say that is sad. People need to put their big panties on, remove emotion, take facts in the market." Is that with no? They do, but you know what? It's almost like people are like, it's like sports teams. They're either, you see things in a certain light, you love this, you hate this. We're just trying to figure out how it's going to have an effect. Monica, I will be announcing the program on social media. The reason we haven't, Austin, my right-hand guy there that's heading that up, he was in New York last week, so that slowed him down. And then when he came back this week, he brought back some kind of bug in his system, and the man is probably out for the week. He's valiantly arguing with me that he's trying to get stuff done, but he's sleeping it off. He is sick. Y'all know, if anyone's seen anyone around you that's been sick, or if you've been sick yourself, there's some nasty stuff going around this year. And so Austin is getting his butt kicked on that, and that's kind of pushed us off for a week. So I haven't shared anything because I would be getting it from him, and he's gone, so he's out. So I will be announcing that soon, and I apologize for that. Good morning, Lisa. So wonderful to have you, and it was so great to have dinner with you last weekend. So we had fun. Yes, Ron, that is exactly what I am saying. All right, my friend. Good morning, Brandy Brickler. Great to have you here. All right. Ron said there was an article earlier this month said Trump and Powell were on the same page. But let's face it, Trump is mercurial, like that word, mercurial, if anything. So you know that he's on the same page, then he's off the page, then he's on the page. Powell's more of a kind of an even-keeled dude. But some of the cuts in governments will help with spending, which is good for bonds, absolutely. And if we're borrowing less, and it's how traders are all, it's the same thing as what we're talking about, but that's how traders are viewing things too. There's a lot of difference in how they're viewing things and how the data is actually coming out and the validity of the data, and is the data old, and what's going on with Musk and these different departments. And there's a lot. If nothing, I can tell you that this is chaotic, that what's going on right now in the markets, in the government, is chaotic. And it usually is, but I'm going to say a little more so than usual. And that's slowing things down. So as far as mortgage rates go, guys, just to reiterate, I'm in a stance that I would be locking things. I just think it makes the most sense right now until we see anything that's really turning around. So, consider locking anything that's closing through the middle of March. Is it a bit of a conservative call? Yeah, it is. There's not a huge sense of urgency. You can start the day cautiously floating. Yesterday, we did see some reprices better, but they weren't big. Again, we want to squeak every ounce out of the lemon that we can. You want to squeeze that lemon, but at the same point, you also want to protect yourself. I would not float into Friday's jobs data because we don't know what to expect. This morning, the ADP data came out. I think it was 184 versus 156,000 jobs created. There wasn't a big reaction to that, but that doesn't tell us what's going to happen in the BLS report either. But it just, even if we do see weakness, you're going to hear that blamed on the California wildfires, because this is the time frame when that was hitting the hardest. So this is January's data. So even if we see improvement, I don't know that it's going to be enough to really help, is the bottom line. So for me, it's funny, I moved out and then it zoomed in on me. If I move closer, it'll zoom in on me. Stop zooming. So anyway, I should turn that auto. Hold on a minute. Let me do this. Bloop. There you go. I can turn that off, and then I can. Oh, there we are. Well, all righty then. That's a little bit better. So anyway, my friends, that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining me. It's we're at 17 minutes. I think it's time for Hammer to stop babbling. Monica, I hope he feels better soon, and thank you. But yeah, because I'm really excited about what we've got going on, and we'll talk about it when we have it in full. So, all right, my friends, that's what I got. That's what I give you, and I hope you all have a great one. Let's go ahead and sign off with, remember, if you'd like to sign up for our free email lock advice, you can do so at www.ratelockadvice.com. If you'd like to sign up for our text alerts, you can sign up for those at www.ratetextalerts.com. Once again, if you'd like a reminder that we're going live, it's a quick text message. You can get it and it gives you the links. It's free, hmmr.io/reminder. And go check us out at originatorssuccess.com if you want some help getting loans from Google and social media this year. So, Ron Siegel, markets are being manipulated by China right now. And that makes sense. Yeah. There's a lot. I could agree with you on a lot there. So, all right, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up. You all have a fantastic day. Please do. And I'll see you on Thursday tomorrow. Bye-bye.